How can you make 10%, 20%, 30% in a single investment? Well, it's pretty hard because everybody's looking for those opportunities, and when they find them, they tend to disappear for everyone else. Which is why this is the first in a series of videos where I'll be looking at investments outside of the stock market that could have potentially even higher returns by taking on either more risk or more work than just investing in stocks. You may have seen my other videos on Fundrise, Ground Floor, and Masterworks, each of which is a platform that I've invested in and made money with. And in this video, I'll be talking to Kyle Enberg, CEO of Limits Express Wholesale, who has a very different approach to getting a high return on investment.
Amazon FBA, the FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. And really what that means is we're purchasing products from wholesale suppliers. We're buying them at wholesale pricing. So think about it as something simple as like a Colgate toothpaste, right? We're getting that in from suppliers. Sometimes we might be selling that on Amazon as a 3-pack, for example. So we get that in our warehouse. We package and prep those units. So if we get them individually packed, we're going to put them into a pack of 3 into a poly bag, label them as a pack of 3, and then we're going to send that off to Amazon. And that's going to go into our stock on Amazon. And when someone goes and checks out on Amazon and we're occupying the buy box is what it's called, which again, just in simple terms is if we have, the lowest price, the most competitive price, we'll occupy what's called the buy box. So like when you go on Amazon most of the time and you go click add to cart or buy now, most of the time you're purchasing from someone just like us that's sending their inventory in on these listings. It's kind of a common misconception that all these products are coming from Amazon. They're not. A lot of it's these third-party sellers just like us that send their inventory in on Amazon. So once we sell it on there, obviously we're reselling it for a profit, and then all those payouts will go into your bank account from Amazon. So again, all we're really doing is buying for cheap wholesale pricing, packaging, prepping those units, sending them off to Amazon, and then reselling them on there for a profit in the simplest terms.
Gotcha. So how does this kind of tie back to investing? On this channel, we talk a lot about how you can make high returns investing in stocks. This seems like it's maybe a little bit more active. It seems like there's still kind of an investing aspect to it.
Yeah, no, there absolutely is. So, the hard part about this business is getting these relationships with these suppliers to be purchasing these products at good prices. If you're an individual seller placing a $5,000 to $10,000 purchase order, they just don't care about that much. They're not going to wiggle on the price. They're not going to give you any type of discounts. Whereas when we're placing, again, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 purchase orders, they'll give us the deals right away. Before it even goes onto their main catalog, they'll be able to bring us the best deals. They'll also be able to give us 5%, 10% off. So again, just in simple terms, if we have, let's just say, 50 clients that are all sending us $5,000 in monthly inventory spend, and we're able to pull that together and go place, like I was talking about, $100,000 or $200,000 purchase order, we're going to be these suppliers' top spenders. So we're going to be able to get great prices, like maybe, an S&P 500, whether you're making, 7 to 10% yearly on your money, and then, reinvesting dividends or whatever the case is, right? We're able to make a 30% ROI on the store's profit monthly. And that is on the store. I just want to be completely transparent because there is a profit split after that. We give 60% to the client and we do take 40%. So we give a month window before we make sure you get all your payouts from Amazon, where we'd invoice for our 40%. Because again, it is our way of still scaling up and making money through that profit split. But at the end of the day, we are getting a 30% ROI on the money for the store's profit, and then that goes through a profit split. And I have spreadsheets to kind of break down those expenses that would come up. So here is inside of one of our stores right here. So I'll just break down this pricing a little bit. So this is only for the month of September, and what you're going to be looking at here is this is the total product charges. So what we, top line revenue sold through on Amazon. So you can see about $43,000 in, total product charges right here. You're going to be able to see Amazon does take a pretty hefty fee. You'll see $17,000 right here, which makes sense. Again, it is FBA, completely fulfilled by Amazon. We never have to worry about any of the logistics, getting the products out to customers, any of the returns. They'll handle all of that. So Amazon does take that fee out. And then this is the cost of goods sold. So this is the number that you kind of want to focus on right here. It's really how much you're spending on inventory versus how much you're making on profit. So right here, we spend about $20,000 on inventory to make a little bit under $6,000 in net profit for a 28% ROI. So again, and I can go through a couple other months here. If we go into October and let's scroll over again, the numbers we really want to be concerned about is the fact we spent about $12,500 on inventory for the month of October. And we were able to make, again, a little bit less than $4,000 in net profit for a 30% ROI, a less spend. So let's go through something that, obviously that spend was a little bit higher. Let's go through something where you can see right here. Let me actually zoom this in really quick. You can see that cost of goods sold here, only $846 in inventory. And you can see for $265 in net profit at a 31% ROI. So some of our clients do start with a lower spend. They're going to roll those profits back over and keep compounding that. And it's going to look like just an upwards graph as you continue to compound these profits back in month over month, getting that return on it. So if we look in September now, now $1,000 in inventory spend for about $322 in net profit for a 32% ROI. So, you can see how they're increasing that spend. And let's go into October now. So again, $1,400 in inventory spend here for this month for about $466 in net profit at a 31% ROI. So I'm sure you're kind of getting the picture. Again, the store's profit averages a 31, about a 30% ROI.
Awesome. Well, really appreciate you jumping on a call and kind of walking through this.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you having me on.
This was a really interesting conversation because it kind of opened my eyes to a whole different world of passive investing. Obviously, it's not for everyone, but like Kyle said, if you don't have a ton of free time and you maybe have some excess money that you want to try to invest this way, or you've been interested in e-commerce in the past, it seems like an interesting way to do that. And let me know in the comments if there's other kinds of alternative investments that you want me to cover. Obviously, I mostly focus on stocks, but I think it's interesting to look outside of the stock market every once in a while. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.